rather than, back. This side. Which side do you go? Go this side. Darn, I'm really scared. There's less people this way. Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, when we leave the dock, there will be a small bump, so please hold on. Once again, hold on. I apologize for the wait, there was a little mix up with our car loaders.
That what?
22. I just don't want the Samsung Galaxy in the
Oh, hold on to it then.
Wow.
Oh God. Is it too late to say I want to get off?
Oh, is that it?
Bigger than usual.
Good evening. No, good afternoon, everybody. And welcome to the Whirlpool car. My name is Damien, and I'll be your host for this crossing. Now, when we reach the other shoreline, everybody on the outside of the car will be rotating in a clockwise direction to the other side of the car. That being said, no one can stand in front of the doors unless you are rotating. And if you lose anything during this crossing, it is not my fault. Now, if you are looking upriver, the water is coming towards you from 35 to 40 kilometers an hour. And there is about 170 million liters of water rushing down this river every single minute. If you look just a little bit upstream, you can see how white the water is. It is because of the Class 6 rapids, and they are the most dangerous rapids possible. Absolutely no boats can go through them, not even the Whirlpool jet boats. If you're looking at the Whirlpool Gorge, you can see how all of the water is slightly moving in a counterclockwise direction. Every single morning between midnight and 8 a.m., more water will be diverted to the lower power plants, and it'll run straight through the city of Niagara Falls. Once this water has been diverted, the Whirlpool will then lower itself by about 20 feet, and it will actually change its direction to clockwise. If anybody is unsure where the United States is, it is the shoreline that we are not attached to, and now adjacent to. It has a long white fence on top of it, which is a part of the Whirlpool State Park. We are just about at the center of our crossing, which means that we are 60 meters above the water. For me, the shoreline means to be 75 meters above the water. In feet, that is 200 feet from the center, and 250 feet from either shoreline. And the depth of the Whirlpool at its deepest point is 126 feet deep, which is about 32 meters. We have been open since August 8th of 1916, and we have carried well over 10 million passengers and counting. The original car, which was replaced many years ago, was designed and created by a Spanish engineer whose name was Leonardo Torres Guevara. We were named the Spanish Aerocar because of his original design, until we were renamed the Whirlpool Car in 2003. The shoreline we are now heading towards is Canada and not the United States. No. That is why the Canadian flag is on top of this cliff and not the American flag. If I can now please get everybody on the outside of the car to rotate in a clockwise direction to the other side of the car. So if you're on my right hand side, you will walk down towards me and cross over. And if you're on my left hand side, you will walk up and cross over. all of you can now start rotating. If you are in the middle, you will stay in the middle. If anybody is unsure why we are doing this, it is so you can see both sides of the gorge. And yes, it would be much easier if the car moved all by itself. Now if you look into the cave, you can see our emergency car. It can carry 4 passengers and 1 operator, but it has yet to be used except for training purposes. But do not worry, because I have, and I do, know how to use it. Now if anybody has any questions or concerns, please feel free to ask.
So can you guys go swimming over there on that side?
Oh, you can. Oh, sorry, you can't pick up your children. You can kind of put your feet in. You can go 10 feet out. It's like a straight drop of 35 feet.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's really deep.
Oh, okay.
There are numerous hikers and fishermen at the bases of both the Canadian and the American cliffs. They get down there from natural and man-made trails on both the Canadian and the American side. But all of the hikers do take the trails at their own risk. Now, although this car is suspended between 2 Canadian points, all of us do cross over the Canadian and the American border 4 times on a full trip. I would like to welcome all of you to the United States of America, and more specifically, Niagara Falls, New York.
Let's have a picture of that stuff.
If anybody is wondering why the water looks so green in some areas, it is because of the limestone at the bottom of the river. All of this water is fresh water, and there are many fish. The most common fish are smallmouth bass, rainbow trout, and chinook salmon, and there also is some sturgeon.
Weird, isn't it, seeing the water go round? Don't you expect to see a massive plug come out of it?
You hear that noise?
I would like to thank everyone for joining us today, and I hope you all have a very nice day here in Niagara Falls and with the Niagara Parks Commission. When we hit the dock, there will be a small bump, but it might be very loud, and all of you will be exiting up the staircase to your left.
Hold on.
Please watch your steps, and thank you for visiting the Whirlpool Car.